Welcome, everybody. It is May 17th. That's right. Happy birthday to Miss Liz. That's right. 49 already. But today I have a big surprise. We got a book launch going on. Sitting with my incredible publisher, the lady who made this dream happen. Like, it is amazing on how much and so fast how it went boom, boom, boom. Like, Rebecca is like a Wonder Woman. If you haven't heard of Rebecca Adams, check her out. Check out her events as well. But today I want to just give a big shout out to Rebecca because she has made a dream of mine come true. And yes, I'm going to get emotional. We were talking just before we started, and I was like, the amazing feelings inside. I am so scared. I am excited. I'm nervous. I'm all of the emotions. But I want to get into Rebecca on how Rebecca felt about taking part in this. And she's also my forwarder in book 2. So you can read her little clip it on how she felt about taking part in this. So, but Rebecca, I'm going to get started with how did you feel about the beginning of this project, and how did you think it would go?
Well, first off, I want to say happy birthday and congratulations. So it's amazing how you've chosen your birthday to launch these books. So congratulations with everything, And when you first asked me to, do the project, what your idea was, all of your thoughts, and you've been, it'd been bubbling, bit like tea, it's been bubbling for a while and stuff. I was just so excited. I knew that with your vision and your mission and the ripple effect from what the books, even though obviously I didn't know what was going inside them, it was just like the bare bones of it. I knew they would be absolutely incredible. And you have not let me down at all in any way, shape, or form. As I was going through all the books when you first sent them over, absolutely fantastic. They are different, they are unique, they are you, and they bring everyone in. You know what I mean? You draw the reader into the book and you help them with so many things. It's absolutely fantastic. You give them, exercises to do. But I was so excited when you first came to me. And then as the project went on and on and on, and we went through everything, I was just like, these are incredible. I've never seen anything like them ever. So your readers are really going to be surprised, they're going to be delighted, and they're going to love all three, T, E, and A. They have to get them. Please get them, all three. They're amazing.
And thank God there was a video made, because there was a lot of oh yes, no, can't open my eyes. So there is a video, so you can see that it is a book opening it, but when the books were released, like when I got to open them up and see the covers, they're just like a perfect cup of tea. Like, the first one is the T of teaching, T equals teaching, and it was like the cup, the teaching of the cup. And then E equals educational. It was like the sugar added to the tea, and then the last one is my favorite. I love them all, but the cover of book 3 is just gorgeous. And that's A equals awareness. And it's like the cream of the pot. Like, it's like a perfect cup of tea. But these books are not a beverage. They're so much different. And like, even when I was writing them, I was like, where do I go with this? How do I get people to understand who Miss Liz is? Miss Liz is just an everyday woman that's different. I love different. I love bringing different. And I love keeping you on your toes, like where you think you're getting this, but I'm going to give you this. And you're like, oh, aha, I got it, and that's where I said there's a lot of aha moments in there. And even when I sent you the first book, you were like, oh my goodness, like you were like excited. You were like, I can't wait for the second and third one. And I was just, I even found things that I felt was really educational and teaching, and my biggest goal for these books is to get them into the schools, get them into the services, get them into community events, churches, anything that's different, and get those hard topics out there, because they are stories on abuse, grief, and mental health, but they're on a lighter note. It doesn't have to always be heavy. It can be light, like a cup of tea. So Rebecca got to making these books, and like, Rebecca, you really truly like I never thought it would be possible, like, you know, and how fast it went. It was just like boom, boom, boom. And then
Right.
you were like, okay, we're gonna publish them now. We're pushing this button. I was like, oh, I don't know. Am I ready? And you're like, come on, let's go, let's go. And
Yeah.
we pushed it and boom,
It's
boom,
like
boom.
drum roll. Yeah.
Right. And
Mm.
then even like with the ebooks, like we weren't sure about that because of the format and all that, but we
The layout and the format is very, very different. So for the paperback, because you chose the square books, so they're 8 by 5 by 8 by 5, it's very different to actually do a Kindle book, because obviously all the devices are like, vertical. So we changed it, and I said to you, I said, oh, I don't know, we don't want it looking stretched, and we don't want it looking, so I said to Elizabeth, right, what we'll do the front page of the first book, and I'll send that, see how that works.
Yep.
And so I changed it all into a different format, got the image, designed it again in the actual different format it's in. And Elizabeth was like, oh, I like that, and I was like, it looks good. And then I did the whole book. I thought, as I went along, I was like, yeah, this is going to work.
Yep.
So I did the whole book and then sent it to Elizabeth, and then she's like, yeah. So I didn't bother sending it E&A. I just did all of them straight away, published straight away, and they're on. So yeah, really cool. It was very quick, and Amazon been very quick this time. Your books are the quickest that Amazon have ever put on, that I've ever published. Like boom, 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 like literally, like it was just meant to be. Honestly, it's awesome.
And there's so much legacy in these books too, because I brought
Yeah.
back my grade 7 teacher from school, elementary school. Then I brought my publisher in. Then I also brought in a co-author that I wrote with in another anthology. You know, I wanted to keep these books with a legacy of continuing on, teaching that teachers are important. Let's say thank you to our teachers, because without our teachers and our mentors and our coaches like you, Rebecca, in our lives, we would not be where we are today, and we got to say thank you and just be really appreciative. 30 years later, if you see your teacher somewhere, just say thank you. I was honored when my French teacher said after 32 years, and she actually taught 3 generations. So she taught my mom, me, and my children. So it really means a lot that she's part of that. And then Rebecca, you wrote in the forward a book too, and then you published. So there's that extra special connection. You're not only just my publisher, but you're also my friend and my mentor and coach to get moving, so there's that second step, and then in book 3 it was just a co-author from that read my story and then wrote her story, so it was just a transformation. And then all these books are dedicated to each one of my kids, so they're not all in one book. They all have their own books, so they can promote those books. They can say, you know what, no, go and get the T or the E or the A, that's my book, I'm in that one, and kind of make it fun. And then when mom's not around anymore, they can still have a legacy of mom, so we keep it going. But I want to show these books, and I want everyone to go and grab a copy, and you got to grab the collection. They're all individual, and they're easy reads. They're 100 pages, less than 100 pages, really easy read, and they're like bedtime stories. So that's the first one. And this one really meant a lot, because when Rebecca sent me this picture, it reminded me of my daughter, my oldest, and that's why I dedicated it to my oldest. She's bold, she's hard-headed, and that's what the red stands for. So, and her dedication's in there. And it's also me sitting by myself growing up with my abuse. I was alone. So this really spoke a lot. So the pictures are not just pictures. They're not just covers. They do mean something to me. There is a story behind the picture too. And then we got it. And then
you do have to bring the essence into everything. So with any of the clients, you bring the essence in, but for the tea books, it's very important because each one is different, but the same, but in a way it's like a journey and progression. And do you know what's amazing, Elizabeth? For you to actually hold that book there, I cannot believe it's in your hands.
I know, right? It took amazing. 2 days from the day that I ordered it. And it was only supposed to be in on the 20th. These books were only supposed to be in after my birthday, and they came in within 2 days. It is a godsend. I'm telling you, the universe is looking out for it, because when I got the notification that the books were on the way, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And
well, I woke up to your message and you were like, they're coming today. And I'm like,
I was like,
not due yet.
Yeah. And I literally the box sat on my table for 2 hours. I could not open it. But we did a nice opening. My son's girlfriend did the first cut because I just could not do it. I could not, because once you open it, you know that it's real. It's in
Yeah.
your hand.
Yeah.
And then I did the second cut and my son did the middle cut. So there was 3 cuts. So everything is a 3. The TEA is a 3. The cut of the box is a 3. So everything has a meaning in my life. And then we did this. So there's Miss Liz as a little girl and me as a big girl. And there's actually the same smile. So that doesn't happen too often, but I did find a picture that I looked the same. And I really wanted to stick with original pictures, not professional pictures, because the story is of an everyday person.
Yeah.
You know, so
Definitely.
many times we put these professional looks on and makeup and all of that, and we lose and we mask, right? And then book 2. Book 2
Yeah.
is equals educational. And this one I really love because this one is the story of my grief and the pulling of the cup. And my son pulls on my heart a lot. He's my only boy and he looks out for his mama. So it was just perfect. Like the cup, the pull, the hand, everything is just perfect. Like so that's book 2. And again, little girl, big girl. Like, and there's a meaning behind this story because that little girl lost her innocence and this big girl found her innocence. So there's a big story behind it. And then this is my favorite. It's
That's
the
my
color.
favorite.
It's the
Yeah.
color. I'm not children. I'm not picking favorites. Mom's not picking favorites, but this is my favorite cover. It just really speaks to me. It's the pouring, the pain, and the transformation, and it's also the future of Miss Liz. So there's lots of opportunities in here. This book brought a lot of opportunities because awareness of opportunities in life that you can change your life. So, and Rebecca got it. Like, this is where I wanted to go with this one, is I really wanted to bring awareness, awareness of self-help, self-care, self-love, you know, self-awareness on friendships and connections. You know, awareness is big and we need to start looking at words differently, you know, in a positive way. Since I met you, like I met you, I believe it's 2 years ago.
Okay. I
And
can't
I
remember.
and I was on your international series and I was like, that's how I met Rebecca. And I met Rebecca through another friend, another sister from an anthology, Michelle. And ever since then, Rebecca's just been kicking me, like, move it. Let's go. Like, get out of that
So,
tree. Like,
yeah,
you know, like you're my like my coach. Like you're like, move. You know,
let's
because I
go.
do get in those bad spots sometimes still because I'm a roller coaster. I'm very real and really, I'll show you if I'm having a hard day, you're gonna know it. But you
Yeah.
know what? We don't need to stay in that hard day.
No.
One day is a hard day, the next day might be a better day. So, and that's one thing you've really taught me, Rebecca, is just like you move, just keep moving, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm super excited to see where this goes. And I'm super excited to have you a part of this journey and my legacy for life, you know? um you're stuck with me, like I tell everybody else, like we're stuck together for life, you
Yeah.
know. And once it's on Amazon, it stays on Amazon, right? And they say what
Yeah.
happens on Amazon stays on Amazon. Well, it doesn't. It goes to all the other places. So there are a lot of locations that this book will be available at as well. So if you want to
I
share a
mean,
little bit about that, Rebecca.
there's so many opportunities for so many people of all different ages and backgrounds and countries and everything to grab hold of these books, whether individually or as a collection. I highly recommend you get the collection. That's personal preference, but it's absolutely fantastic. And you're going to learn something new. You know that old saying, you know, you learn something new every day. You're going to learn a lot from the TE and A books. You're going to learn a lot from the T books. And Elizabeth knocks it out of the park with every single T in there in each book, but also with all 3 books. It really is a wonderful gift to give to someone as well. And it will transform your life completely. And you know, share them with people as well. Get them out there, tag people in, share them out there, buy them as gifts and everything else. But you know, you really going to not only change your life but change someone else's as well with the books, you know. And they are really an amazing legacy for Elizabeth to have. And the ripple effect is massive because obviously, you know, as you said before, Elizabeth, you want to get them in schools and you want to get them, you know, libraries and churches and communities and everything. There is no limit to what you can do with these books. And I'm very honored that you actually asked me to do the work, and they're out in paperback, they're in Kindle. It's just incredible. So there's no limit to where they can go to either.
Yeah, I want you to explain a little bit to everyone who's going to grab a copy because of the ebook. We did something different, so we want everyone to be aware of this. So the table of contents is done differently. So if you want to share a little bit about that, Rebecca, just so that people understand why they can't click to the next topic. Why Miss
Oh,
Liz
on the
did it.
Kindle. So, okay. So on a Kindle book, you have a table of contents, which is clickable. But Elizabeth designed beautiful images for her table of contents. And I wanted to keep it as original to the original book as possible. But because the image can't be clickable, that's the only way. And, you know, because I wanted to keep the image and they look beautiful anyway, it would have taken away with just sentences. It wouldn't have been the same. So we've kept the image in there. So all you need to do is on the Kindle, and I've got the app on my phone, when you are reading and you're swiping through the pages that you're reading, when you come off the app and go back in, it saves your actual page where you were reading anyway. So all you have to do is swipe to go back to T1, T5, whatever it is. So it's no problem whatsoever. So don't worry, you know exactly what page you're on because it's at the bottom of the screen as well. And also, you know what percentage you're up to because that also says it at the bottom of the screen. But because Elizabeth designed beautiful image, I didn't want to mess with it and just put some sentences in just to make them clickable. So you can still access the entire thing. I've got all three on my Kindle app. They work, and they're absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. And I really want it to be different. Like Rebecca
Yeah.
said, with instead of chapter 1, chapter 2, I wanted to do T1, T2, T3. So that's where you're getting the cup of tea. You're getting different teas as a chapter. So you might be used to seeing the word chapter. Well, you're not seeing chapter in my books, you're seeing T, and you're getting a T. And I want people to really look at T differently. I want them to actually look within themselves. So these books are really like self-help. And it's not Miss Liz saying, I can heal you. It's you that has to do the work. The exercises are in there. You need to do the exercises, you know, when you're ready. You know, and if you grab this book and you're in a coffee shop or in a tea shop, you know what I mean? And you want a copy, just reach out to me and you can get a copy and I can sign it and I can send it to you. You know, we're directing everybody to the website. So go to the website, all the links are there. You know, we're keeping it really simple. It's really quick. You'll see amazing video that my web designer has done. Like amazing, amazing. And I really wanted to bring the awareness of staying and supporting one another. So one of my the lady that's doing my web design is also a tea time guest. So you can see that as well, you know. And if you want to serve a TEA, you can also come to me and you can say, you know what, Miss Liz, I want help. And if you want to write a book or you want to be a part of it, or you have any kind of ideas that you want to see come with this tea because you've read the books, reach out because I'd love to, because there's so much more plans that I have for these books. There's video games coming, there's board games coming, there's book tours coming, there's a lot of stuff coming, and Rebecca's going to be a part of it. Like Rebecca is, she's with me. She's got my right hand. So Rebecca, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, you really made a dream come true, a little girl's dream come true. You know, growing up, I always read Alice in Wonderland, and it just reminded me, like, I was like, when I was a little girl, I was like, why are they writing a story about me? Like, how did they know me? Nobody knows me. Everybody tells me to go in the corner, be quiet, hush, don't say anything. And here's this movie, Alice in Wonderland. And for the longest time as a little girl, I thought it was movie about me. And I was like, that's not me. My name's not Alice. You know, Miss Liz, the new tea that's coming. You know, there's a lot of things. So stay tuned for that. And Rebecca, again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Go to the website, grab your copies. It is launched today. It is my birthday. And I think it's extra special to show self-love to yourself. You know, for years, I was always quiet on my birthday. I always did the lone thing. Like, I didn't like big celebrations. And I'm going big. I'm doing big. And Rebecca, it's you that day. Like, come on, let's go. You know, boom, boom, boom. That's the way it works. So I want to really thank you, Rebecca. And I want to thank you for taking the time to get that different out there. And I'm so happy that it was you that did it. So
Thank you for asking. And you know, you're going to change so many lives with these books, Elizabeth. It's absolutely phenomenal, and you're a remarkable human being. So I'm blessed to know you.
well, thank you so much. So grab your books, go to the website, www.misslizsteatime, not an S.com. A lot of people are putting the S. Don't put the S. Just it's Miss Liz's Tea Time, not times, .com. And go grab your copies. And if you want, go to Amazon. You can click there. But all the links are on the website. So all the Amazon links are there. You can click. We are the day. Liz, the
Today.
day. I'm like, oh my God, it is here. So I want to thank you, Rebecca. I want to thank everybody who has supported and encouraged Miss Liz. Share the links, share them with your family, share them with your schools, your services, your communities, your churches, you know, and if you would like Miss Liz to come and speak and bring the tea to you, let me know. I can do that too. And thank you, Rebecca. And thank you to everybody who is on my back supporting. So we're going to spill and we're going to make a mess today. We're going to spill some tea. So we're going to make a difference, one cup of tea at a time, one book at a time, one life at a time. And Rebecca, I want to thank you so much. So until then, you will see another interview coming shortly, and you will see all of the other good stuff that Miss Liz has planned for today and celebrate. And maybe you even see a birthday cake. Who knows?